Hi everyone, welcome to the Swedish movie Critic and welcome to my review of Twin Peaks Season 1. This will be a spoiler-free review. Twin Peaks is one of my favorite TV series of all time. I grew up with it as a kid and I remember it as very dark and very scary and very mysterious. But it had a huge impact on me growing up and also the way I view series and television. I hadn't seen it in a really long time, so I was sort of curious to go back to it. Now in today's TV landscape and streaming landscape, we have a much larger scale sort of television, larger budget television. And I was interested to go back and experience it again now many years later. Twin Peaks is created by David Lynch and Mark Frost, and we follow the fictional town Twin Peaks, located in the northwest of the US. And the story revolves around a murder. Laura Palmer, the homecoming queen, gets murdered, and Special Agent Dale Cooper, played by Kyle MacLachlan, is sent to Twin Peaks to investigate. What makes Twin Peaks great for me is the amazing characters and the amazing cast, and also the feeling of the show. It has a very unique sort of style. It blends daytime soap opera with thriller and horror, comedy. It has a lot of different sort of genres mixed into it, and it gives the series an unique feeling. One important part is also the music. It has this beautiful haunting themes, and it's masterfully orchestrated and composed by composer Angelo Badalamenti, who sadly passed away last year. We have an amazing cast, a very large cast. We have Kyle MacLachlan in the lead as a Special Agent Dale Cooper, and he sort of carries the narrative, even if you follow other characters as well. And I must say, he really shines in this role. I think it's still his best work playing Agent Cooper, and he really steals the show as this special agent coming to investigate Laura Palmer's murder. The character is very sharp, very witty, very sophisticated, but also has a big heart. And it's an unusual combination of character traits, and it's also very reminiscent of David Lynch as he views the small town life. Other actors, we have Michael Onkin, Madchen Amick, one of my favorites, as Shelley Johnson, Dana Ashbrook, Richard Beimer, Lara Flynn Boyle, one of her first roles, Sherilyn Fenn, Warren Frost, Peggy Lipton, James Marshall, Everett McGill, Jack Nance, always great as Pete Martell, Joan Chen, Kimi Robertson as Lucy, Michael Horse, Piper Laurie, Harry Goes, Eric Darry, Wendy Robbie, Cheryl Lee as Laura Palmer. We have a very large cast here and lots of different characters, but I think that's the cool thing about Twin Peaks. You have this murder mystery in the center of the story, but it revolves around how that murder affects everyone in Twin Peaks. All the characters, most of them are connected to this event in some way. And you get to follow a lot of these characters as they go about their lives in Twin Peaks. So there's a lot of intrigue, drama, love stories, humor. You get all different things, and I think that really makes a good mix, especially in season 1, for the feeling of Twin Peaks. It feels like a fully realized town, even if it's fictional. And I think David Lynch is very good with the details. I think the first episode of this series is David Lynch's best work. It's not as surreal maybe as some of his other work, but I think it's so good at laying the foundation for the story and the world of Twin Peaks. The first episode is perfectly paced, perfectly constructed. The series came out in 1990 and ran through 1991. So it's an old series, but I must say I think it really holds still. I think it's so well made, the acting is good and the characters are still so compelling and the world feels very lived in that it works even today. I saw it on a collector's edition Blu-ray and the image is amazing. It looks very good with the coloring and the grading of the picture. Season 1 was extremely popular when it aired on TV. It became this huge hit. It had a huge following, a lot of people tuning in every week to watch the show and follow this murder mystery. So it got renewed for a second season, but it didn't manage to hold that success. I will make a video about the second season and the movie Fire Walk With Me, which is basically a prequel to the series, but also in a way a sequel. It's a very special movie, but I think it's good. And I will also make a video about the third season, just came out a couple of years ago, but it actually concludes some of the storyline from season 1 and 2. I just love the world of Twin Peaks. It's still very captivating to watch. The characters are so memorable, very good script, very funny dialogue sometimes. You have great characters. For example, the log lady, played by Catherine E. Coulson, also a classic character. You will never look at coffee and cherry pie the same way after watching Twin Peaks. And I think it's one of the more normal, in quotation marks, works of David Lynch. It has its surreal moments, but at the same time it feels more grounded and more narratively structured. I would absolutely recommend that you try to watch the first season. Twin Peaks had a huge influence on television. It opened up the doors for different kind of series afterwards, like the X-Files, for example, and it changed the way television was made. And other series would spawn after this, but I think only Twin Peaks has this cool mix of all different things. It can go from a serious scene, very emotional scene, to a completely comedic scene. I think it does it flawlessly. A lot of the humor still holds up. It's a well-made show with great actors, and a lot of love from David Lynch and Mark Frost. And I'll be back and talking about season 2, 3 and the movie Fire Walk With Me in the future. But yeah, Twin Peaks still holds up after all these years. So have you seen Twin Peaks? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Does it hold up after all these years? If this is the first time to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok. Thank you so much for your support on those channels. So great to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.